Hi, I'm Dr. Kelsey Glennon, and I'm a senior lecturer at the University of the Witwatersrand in Johannesburg, South Africa. I am a botanist, so I study plants and their relationships and how new species are formed.
What do you like about what you do?
The best thing about my job is that I get to spend a lot of time outside in the mountains collecting plants and learning more about the traits or features that can distinguish one species from another.
How does your work impact others?
Biodiversity is a really important facet of society and global change. So biodiversity is the number of species that are present on our planet. And if we are unable to categorize or classify or count the number of species on our planet, it makes conservation very challenging. So one of my jobs is to identify new species and learn how these species might adapt to changing environments. As the global temperature warms, we might find that plant species that live at the top of a mountain may no longer be able to exist.
Can you show us how we can do STEM at home?
You can be a botanist at home by looking at different plant traits. So right here, I have this pile of leaves that I've collected. And you look at them to figure out the traits. And traits are different features that make organisms different from each other. So one thing that you might observe about this leaf is that it's very long relative to the others. And if you could see it close up, you can see that there are very thin hairs on it. This leaf is a little bit smaller and it's also wider, and it has many more hairs than the longer leaf. So we would hypothesize that these two leaves come from different species. If I were to pick up another leaf from here, you can see it's also very hairy, pretty wide, and also short. So these two leaves probably come from the same species. This other leaf doesn't look anything like the others. It's very thin, it's somewhat long, and it has very, very fine, small hairs just on the edges. So we put that to the side because it's not like the other two. If we picked up another leaf from our pile, we would say, ooh, this one looks like the last leaf that we picked up. So that's also probably the same plant species. And so you can do this in your garden by looking around at what plants you have or any green space that you have nearby.